a teaching artist with young audiences of Louisiana. Today, we are going to learn about my body. We're going to learn some fun ways that parents can help their children learn how to identify different body parts. And our friends at the New Orleans Museum of Art have done a great thing in sending us a piece from the Sculpture Garden, which is very exciting news because it's going to be opening this summer. And you'll be able to see this sculpture. This piece is called Striding Man. It's a giant man with lots of textures. The artist is a British artist named Thomas House Siango, and he's still alive. He was born in 1972, so he's pretty young. But he likes to work in clay. Sculptures are made out of different materials, and when they're outdoors, it's called public art. So they need to be strong and be able to stand in all kinds of weather and be there for a long time. So this one is made out of different kinds of clay, and he said that he likes to use his hands to move the material and his feet, and sometimes he feels like he's doing a dance with the materials. A very interesting artist. I like this man very much. So you'll be able to go inside and outside when you see it in person, and you'll know a little bit more about it. But before we do that, I was just thinking you might be wondering about this instrument that I was playing. Do you know what it is? Have you ever seen one of these? It's called an oud, and I chose to play this today because it also is made out of clay. And it comes from Africa. People used these things to carry water, and one day, I think somebody made a mistake or something happened to the clay and a hole appeared. So rather than throwing out this beautiful piece of work, the artist said, that sounds good. Maybe we can make a drum. So that is the story of how the oud came to be. So before we go any further, I'm going to ask you to look around your room because we're about to do some movement with a song called Gimme That Beat that alludes to each of the body parts. And I'm going to call them out and you're going to follow along at home with me. So you can sit on the floor. This version of the song is for very young children. So you can sit and hold them in your lap or next to you and assist them if they're having trouble finding the places that we talk about. Okay? So I'm going to give you a moment to get ready, and I'll get ready too. And when we come back, we're going to get that beat in our bodies. Welcome back, friends. So are you ready to get that beat moving through your body? I am. So let's start off with a steady beat. And let's talk about the places where we're going to go before we go there, okay? So I want everybody at home to take a moment, stop, and show me your head. Where's your head? My head, I think, is right here. Yeah. So when you tap your head, be gentle because that's where your brain lives. You gotta take good care of your brains. Okay, so that's our head. How about shoulders? We have 1, 2 shoulders. So we're gonna tap our shoulders. And what are we using to tap our shoulders? We're using our hands, 2 hands. And right below our hands are our elbows. Elbows. Right. All right, so we can do a couple more. Let's go down to our knees. So we're going to just keep tapping and put the beat in our knees. And then let's put the beat in our toes. So you can bring your feet up if you're sitting like this, or you can put them just on the ground. Let's do one more. How about somewhere on our face? Something that rhymes with toes. Nose. Just use one finger and be very careful. Did you wash your hands to the ABC song today? Do it lots. Remember, we learned that in a couple of lessons back. Always wash your hands. Yeah, so we're touching our nose. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing in the song. Are you ready? Good job. All right. So let's give me that beat, beat, beat. Give me the beat, beat, beat. Give me the beat, give me the beat, give me the beat, beat. Are you ready? Let's go to our heads. Put your beat on your head. On your head, on your head, on your head. Let's put the beat on our shoulders. Tap your shoulders. Tap your shoulders, tap your shoulders, tap your shoulders. Put the beat in your hands. Shake your hands. That's a very fast beat. Shake your hands, shake your hands, shake your hands. How about our elbows? Put the beat on your elbows. On your elbows, on your elbows, on your elbows. Good. Put the beat on your knees. On your knees. On your knees, on your knees, on your knees. Oh, we gotta go further down. Oh, look, there's my feet. And at the end of my feet are my toes. Touch your toes. Put the beat in your toes. On your toes, on your toes, on your toes. Good job. So do you remember that part of our face that rhymes with toes? You got it. Nose. Just use one finger, your pointing finger. Put the beat on your nose. Very gently on your nose, right? On your nose, on your nose, on your nose. Oh, let's do one more in our hands. Clap your hands. Put the beat in your hand. In your hands, in your hands, in your hands. Good. Give me that beat, beat, beat. Give me the beat, beat, beat. Give me the beat, give me the beat, give me the beat, beat, beat. That was fun. Did you enjoy that? I hope so. So you can continue this very simple chant with different body parts, or just do the face. You know, we have our arms, and we have different parts of our arms, and just see, let your child respond first, or let them guess which part they want to go to next. You can use this song for a lot of things, but it does help with identifying body parts in very young children, because that's actually a milestone when they know how to do that. So we want to encourage that as much as possible. So I have a very nice book to share with you today with pictures of a beautiful dancer who is also an artist, and he thinks about his body as being a work of sculpture. So we're going to try to make some of those sculptures with our bodies too. That's going to be really fun. So you can stay right where you are, and I'm going to get my book, so I need a little second to arrange myself for that part of our lesson. So we'll be right back. Hello again. All right, let's go on to our next activity. As I mentioned earlier, I have this really wonderful book to share with you about a dancer. A dancer is an artist that uses his body to make his expression. And many times I think the shapes that dancers make look like sculptures, sometimes moving sculptures. And this book is very nice. It has mostly pictures of a dancer named Bill T. Jones. And he tells why he likes to dance, but he also shows you with his body parts how a dancer learns how to move. So let's move a little closer so you can see him. So in this picture, I think he's flying through the air, and he's making some curvy lines with his arms and bent lines with his legs. He said, when I dance, I use parts of me. Look, he's making these different shapes with his hands. Can you make that shape? Yeah, try it. It kind of looks like a fan, doesn't it? Nice. And also you can make a shape like angry face. Or graceful, smooth and graceful. He's also showing how he uses his feet. Those are kind of funny feet positions, aren't they? It's kind of like going la 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 la, lifting his feet up in the air. See, he makes lines with his body. Let's see what that's going to look like. That's a line that is straight and a line that is bent. His arm is straight, and his knee and his leg is bent. But I think he's lying on the ground. Maybe we'll try some of those later on. Yes. Dancers have to see these pictures in their mind so that they know how their body looks. You see? He's making a straight line with his arm and a curved line with the other arm and two straight lines with his legs. Can you do that? Yeah, it takes a little practice. Balancing on one leg is much harder than standing on 2 feet, especially when you might still be learning how to walk. So I think you can save that one for later. This one is nice. Look, we can practice this together. So a dancer knows that his body is making lines in space. So can you make a straight line with your arm like that? Yeah, good job. What's another way we can make a straight line? We could go up, we could go to the other side, or we can make it point down in front of us. Those are good lines. This is a different kind of line that I really love. It's called a curve. So he's making this curve shape with his whole body. So let's try to make a curve with our arms. Okay? So curve, make our body curve to the side too. Or we can make 2 curves. We can make a curve to the side, one down and one up. Those are kind of interesting. Yeah. So we're always using our imaginations to imagine what our bodies are doing in space. And later on, when you start jumping in the air, you want to really make nice shapes like that too. So we have lots of bent and curvy shapes and angles. Angles are when a line bends at a corner. So these are things you can think about too when you're looking at Thomas Yago's sculpture, because it makes a picture of a man in action, but it's frozen. So let's see. When you look at that picture, the man is moving like this. It's a striding figure. So I'll bet he must be going somewhere, because it looks like a lot of action is going on. But he's not, he's standing still. And you can go inside, you can look behind the statue, you can look in front of the statue. And if you remember to look for the handprints, I'll bet you'll be able to see them, because the artist said he uses his hands and leaves the texture of his fingerprints on his work. I think that's very interesting. So try some of those things at home. Maybe you can make a pose, and Mom or Dad can take a picture of you. That's always fun to do. Well, I have one more fun thing that you might want to do to help you learn your body parts with your parents. There's always an opportunity when you're getting dressed. And I'm going to show you a few things, and you're going to tell me, I'm going to ask you, where do these things go? How about this? Ooh, yeah. It's one of my favorite hats. Do you wear your hat on your elbow? Do you wear your hat on your foot? No. Where does your hat go? Oh yeah, on my head. My hat goes on my head. Absolutely right. And if it's cold, you want to wear a fluffy hat that keeps your ears warm, right? But it's summertime, so that's my straw hat. How about these, my favorite socks? They have cat footprints on them. So, what part of your body do your socks go on? Do they go on your shoulders? No, it looks pretty good, but no. Do they go on your chin? No. Where do they go? Right, on your feet, Miss Nanette, you silly thing. Yes, they go on your feet. Okay, so now we're moving on to the pandemic section. What are these? These probably look really familiar by now. Yes, these are gloves. We still have to wear these gloves. And what part of our body do the gloves protect? Right, our hands. Gloves go on your hands, whatever kind of gloves that you have. And last but not least, we all know we still have to wear this. And where do these go? Right. Protect your face from germs and sickness. And protect your friends around you too. So those are some fun things that you can do every day when you get dressed with your parents or by yourself. You can also sing the Give Me the Beat song. Those are all things that will help your child learn how to identify and remember the names of their body parts. So we have one more thing to do. It's time to say goodbye, sadly. So I'm going to pause so I can get my ukulele. Uh-oh, there's somebody eating my plant back there. My cats. They always come in the picture. Well, friends, it's time to say goodbye, but I sure had a lot of fun with you today, learning the names of our body parts and looking at the sculpture by Thomas Hausiago, the Striding Man, and also learning how to make lines with our bodies, like our dancer friend, Bill T. Jones. We did a lot and we had a lot of fun. And next week, we're going to have even more fun because the lesson is called Let's Move. So you know what that means. Lots of dancing. So I hope you have a great day, and I'm going to leave you with my favorite song, You Are My Sunshine, because you are my sunshine. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Oh, please don't take my sunshine away. Now it's time to say goodbye. Say goodbye, say goodbye. Now it's time to say goodbye. Say goodbye, my friends. Wait. Now it's time to wave goodbye. Wave goodbye, wave goodbye. Now it's time to wave goodbye. Wave goodbye, my friends. Kiss. Now it's time to goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Now it's time to goodbye, goodbye, my friends. Goodbye, my friends. See you next week.